Welcome back to Operation Arsenal. Once again, you see that smile, it returns. It's not just because we've scraped a dodgy win against Brighton in a game where we were very clearly second best, but it's because of, let me just pull it up. Oh, what a shame. What a big shame. Oh, look at that. Amazing domination from Man City. Dropping 2 points at home to Nottingham Forest. Look, I'm not going to take the mick because this could have been us. It's fine. And I will say this to any Arsenal fan. If you are watching these City games and you're stressing over it, you're worrying over it, this is how I deal with this situation. So I will pass on my wisdom. Whether or not it's good for you, I don't know. I expect City to win every single match. Okay, so I go in knowing they're going to win this game. And then if they don't, it's just a massive bonus. Do that. Maybe it will help. Okay, I thought this whole time they're going to beat Nottingham Forest, so we just need to beat Brighton. Literally win every game and we're good. Don't even care. Don't even worry. Don't be anxious about City results. It's very difficult to not check and not look. And I won't lie, for the last 20 minutes or so, I was checking. I was wondering if Nottingham Forest would equalise and make it 2-2, and they did. But then straight away, I locked in my head, City will make it 3-2. And if they don't, fantastic. But anyway, let's focus on this game here. Brighton deserved something from this game. I'm not going to say they deserved to win it because I'll be honest, most of the time they were dominating the play and they were creating some chances, but none of them were really close, proper big chances. So I'm not going to sit here and say that Brighton deserved to win because I don't actually think they created enough good, big chances for that. But they definitely didn't deserve to lose. And look, that's coming from an Arsenal fan who obviously want us to win every single game. I'm not a fan of Hertzler. I was looking at the fantasy points here because I've got the Trossard in Ultimate Team. I was hoping he would pick up some points to get an upgrade. He was useless when he came on. But I'm not a fan of Hertzler. And again, it's proved me right today. He just rubs me the wrong way. Great young coach, but the way he conducts himself against Arsenal every time makes it very difficult to like him. Even though I think he's doing a pretty good job with Brighton in general. A bit up and down. And I think it's fair to say that Brighton are actually having a little bit of an underrated bad season. We'll check the league table in a moment, but they're not doing as well as some would have expected, despite having a lot of really good players. Rutter, really dangerous player. I really like him. Van Heck and Boshagli in defence were very good. Vifer and Kadioglu did very well at left back and right back. Baleba has, I think, dipped a little bit. You know, a lot of people were saying that he's the new Caicedo. He's got a higher ceiling than him, and I don't think that's the case. And obviously they re-signed Pascal Gross, and he's been, I would say, his usual self, but maybe not as effective as he was before. Verbruggen was a little bit unfortunate with the goal. We scored quite early on. It was a shot coming in from Saka that did take the slightest little deflection, and that's come off his leg and gone in. Unfortunate. I don't think a 4.9 is fair. They tried changing it up at half-time. They took off Mitoma, who, again, like Brighton in general, just having a bit of an underratedly bad season. Mitoma's not pulling the numbers he was a year or two ago. They took him off and brought on Minter, and they were definitely better. But as I said, look, you can look at the stats all you want. You can see they've got a higher expected goals. They've had more shots, 2 big chances compared to Arsenal's 0. But the thing is, right, not at any point did it feel like they were about to score. There were some moments where they got a cross in and maybe could have had a shot, but I never actually felt like Arsenal were going to concede. You know when you get that feeling? You just know that you're about to concede. Thankfully, that didn't happen today. And I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. It's nice that we've got the 1-0 lead today and we've just held on to it. But I'll be honest, guys, it's a hard watch. It really is. It's a difficult watch. Raya's been given our man of the match. For me, it was Hincapié. We're going to talk about Hincapié in a moment. But this team at the moment is so ineffective going forward. Yes, we're good defensively still. For me, we're the strongest defence in the league. When we play at a good level, we're very difficult to break down and actually create good chances against. And we saw that today. Without Saliba as well, Mosquera came in. And I'll be honest, Mosquera looks a little bit shaky at times. He's still a young player with very little experience in the Premier League. And he does show, again today, moments of being a very good player. But, I mean, arguably, he was on the edge of a red card for about half an hour. So it wasn't a surprise to me when he came off. Zubimendi, again, just... there's a few moments he just switches off, which really does wind me up. Rice, he's been given a good rating here, but again, I think he was, by his standards, and I think this is the problem, he has set his standards so high that when he even has a slightly off game, you really notice it. A few times today, again, where he's given away the ball, but thankfully worked hard to get it back. Martinelli was pretty much pointless, and Trossard didn't do much better. It's still a position we need to work on. Eze didn't influence too much. He created one pretty nice chance in the first half, otherwise pretty anonymous. Same with Gyökeres. I feel like with Gyökeres, though, he isn't getting the ball. And when he is getting the ball, there's such low quality, poor passes. He's got no chance. He can't get out of his feet. They're fizzed into him or bounced into him, or it's just in the air and he's got Van Heck and Boshagli right on him. It's so difficult for him to do anything, but Havertz came on and did affect the game a lot more than Gyökeres did, but I'm just sitting there praying that we can have both of them. Why can't we have both of them on? I don't understand this constant need at 60 minutes or so to bring Gyökeres off. But they know best. Maybe they felt like it would have been a little bit too risky having Gyökeres and Havertz. I don't know. I truly feel like an Eze for Havertz swap would have been quite nice. Play Havertz in the pocket behind Gyökeres. They can rotate. Gyökeres can move slightly over to the left, you know. But ultimately, guys, it just doesn't matter. And that's the vibe going into this review for me. I don't care. Arsenal are going to get dragged in the media tonight. They've been dragged more than any other team I've ever seen. This season has been a joke in the media. Arsenal getting slated for being overly physical, set-piece FC, when no more than 3, 4, 5 seasons ago, we're getting joked on for being too weak and relying too much on the quick tiki-taka football. And look, we've been through that with Arteta as well. There was a period where we were scoring 4 or 5 goals a game. You remember? And even then, we're getting slated for being too weak when we would lose a game or whatever. And now suddenly, you know, we're being more physical. And let's face it, we're dominating this era of set pieces, physicality. We're one of the best teams to do it. But people don't like that. So we can't win. And I think most of the problem is people just love to hate on things. People love to hate and see people fail. And Arsenal getting second place again is hilarious, right? And I get it. I totally get it. And it's because it's 20 years of laughing at Arsenal. It's 20 years, or 15 to be more accurate, of comedy FC. And all of a sudden, we're doing really well for a few years. We're right up there. And this season, and now with City dropping points again tonight, people are going to flame this result. You didn't deserve to beat Brighton. They were the better team. Yeah. And this is sport. This is football. You're not going to win every single game. Okay, you're not going to play well every single game. You're not going to draw every game. You're not going to lose every game. Every game is very different. But the best thing you can do if you're not playing well is just don't lose. You're going to win games when playing badly. It can happen, you know. And it just so happens that the best teams in all eras of football win like that. They will get points when they don't deserve it. I don't care. And what I do now is I skip past the journalism towards Arsenal. I don't listen to it. I don't read it anymore. I used to always look forward to a couple of select pundits and journalists that would break down the Arsenal games. And this is, you know, going back 10 years or so, I would say. But it has reached a new low where Arsenal can't do anything right. And this is the last thing I want to say regarding this journalism stuff, okay? If and when Arsenal do eventually win the Premier League, whether it's this season or in the future, they will try to talk it down, water it down, whatever phrase you want to use, as much as possible. People are already saying, if Arsenal win this title, it's the worst we've ever seen. And then, literally 5 minutes later, I come across another article, people saying this is the most difficult and most demanding season we've ever seen. Yes, the quality is lower. The actual football being played is bad. It's the worst we've seen. And that's a phrase for everyone, okay? You look at Liverpool, you look at City even, you look at Chelsea, all of the top teams, Man United now this season as well. Everyone, I think, on average, is playing worse football. And it's made it harder. Every single team can win. It doesn't matter who you're playing against. You can drop points against the relegations. Look at Wolves at the moment. Beating Villa, beating Liverpool, draw against Arsenal. So how does that make sense? You're telling me it's the most demanding, most physical, most difficult season ever with bad football. Okay. Yet Arsenal are winning it in the worst season ever. If it's the most demanding and the most difficult, isn't that worth something? Where's the praise for that? If one team out rubbishes everyone, let's say it's rubbish football and we're doing the best at this rubbish football, this rubbish era of set pieces and really physical, dominant matches, right? Everything is about being strong. If we're the best at that, where's the credit? Where's the praise? But of course, we haven't got there yet. Let's have a look at the league table as we finish off here. We still have United and Liverpool playing. United and Newcastle, sorry. Newcastle down to 10 men, so I do anticipate Man United getting a win there, so they will go even further ahead of Villa. I think that's pretty much set now. I think Villa are outside of that top three, and I predicted this. I did. But we are now 7 points clear of Man City, who go to West Ham next. Is that a home game? It's away to West Ham. Now, West Ham have a real motivation at the moment, okay? So they haven't had a great season, but they can pull Tottenham into the relegation zone if they keep winning. That's not going to be an easy game for City. So who knows if they'll win that. But even if they win that, it's now 4 points. We can afford to slip up. And you know what? I think it might mean that the Etihad game, because let's face it, we probably will go into that game and struggle. It's going to be a really tough match. But now we've got a buffer. But regardless, we just need to keep winning. I'm so proud of the boys tonight. I would gladly stand in that dressing room and say, look, guys, you weren't very good today. You haven't been very good for a few games now, but you're grinding these results. And I'm proud of the attitude, the fact that you never give up. Well done and keep it going. That's all that matters. I don't care what anyone else says. Arsenal, at the moment, are winning the Premier League this season. Sucks, doesn't it? Unlucky.